If you're tired of juggling logbooks, contest logs, and different software for every operating style, this might catch your attention. The World Radio League Desktop just launched, and today we're taking a first look at what it can do for everyday operators. Hello and welcome to the Ham Radio Guy. I want to talk to you today about the World Radio League Logger, the brand new desktop version they've released. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about it, but if you haven't, we're going to come check this out. So I'll show you kind of how to go about installing it and what you need to do, and then a little bit more about it. So it looks very similar to their web application at this point, and maybe that will change, maybe it won't. But I think it's got some limited features, but we have to understand this is a beta version only. So just be aware of that. This is not a final release. This is being thrown out to the masses to test and see what's, how it works and everything that's going on. So as long as we know that, then we need to at least be aware of that. So let's go over to that device. Let's go to the Windows here. So here we are over on Windows, and I've got my Discord up here, and you go to the World Radio League and you go to the general channel. You can see Mac OS Silicon here, or Silicon, how you want to pronounce that. There's a Windows version, and they're waiting a little bit more for the Linux to come through. It's not quite out yet. I don't think it has. Yeah, I don't see it coming out quite yet. It was taking a little bit longer for them to be able to develop that. But this is a link to a Google Drive. That's where they have the folder. So I had to, copy that link, and we'll go into a browser, and we'll just post this open here. Come on. Paste. And I went ahead and downloaded that. I was able to download it earlier, and I'm not going to go back and re-download that again, but that's all it took to be able to download that. So I can try and leave a link in the description as well. I'm assuming this is going to be very similar for Windows as it is for Mac, but we're working off the Mac OS platform today. So as you can see then, now we have the logger installed. It took nothing on the back end I didn't have to go through 10 window screens to hit yes and permissions and setup and all that. It just really worked. The only thing it asked me to do was, I don't think if I'm back in here, if I log out, close this app, I'm going to log out of that. I'll show you how to bring that back up. So I'm in World Radio League Desktop, and that's going to open that back up. It'll take just a second. You kind of probably see it bouncing on the bottom of my screen a little bit here. I kind of hid the taskbar away, but it's just, there's nothing major, but it's still opening. It didn't quite take this long to open the first time, so I'm a little surprised here. Okay, there it goes. So it did ask me to sign in here. So and of course I should be signed in. That went to the world. Okay, let me make sure. So I'm signed in there. Yep, there we go. Now do you want to allow this website to open the World Radio League Desktop? Yes, so allow. And it pops. So as you see, I got here, let's make this a little bigger. We're going to minimize the other screen behind it so we're not confusing what we're looking at, because it's a very similar type of screens. And I'll bring that up in a more full view. So over here you can log your contacts. You got your profile, and you can find all the information there. You can see your total contacts, your QSOs by band, QSO by mode, your different contacts you've logged. You have your biography here. I've got nothing written in there. Awards, and I should have some awards. Got people followers. So those must be in beta version, because in the followers for the web version, those are showing. But again, this may be something they just have kind of out there for now, but it's not quite working yet. We'll come back to that in a second here. Let's go back into log contacts. And you can see all your different logbooks here. I've got the Wisconsin QSO party for the weekend in here ready to go. And so then it's got that set up here. The only thing I don't see here in this, and I'm going to have to check with them a little bit, because usually you have a way to throw in your exchange when you need to submit that Cabrilla file, and I'm not seeing that as part of this contest mode. So I haven't checked it out on the web version if it's there or not, but usually it is. So I'm kind of surprised that maybe something's just not picking up from that yet, but we'll see. You still have the map over here. Obviously off cue a little bit here. I'm not in Kazakhstan or Mongolia, but spotting. So we got some people being spotted, so that's all working, looks like. You got your QSOs per hour, but obviously I'm not running any stats or any logs right now. The radio, you can choose your radio in here for what you're running, your location, your activities, if you're doing a POTA, a SOTA, something like that, and then just your call sign if you got one or two more operators, and that's about it there. So you can do band conditions, view your band plan here. You got your time, your date. It's got the Zulu time on here. And then you come all the features, the ADI, the reported bug, the send back, and the log editor. Let's go to the ADIF editor. So there has never been a ADIF editor for Mac that I'm aware of, and I'm pretty well in depth about Mac platform. So I'm kind of surprised they were able to put this together, but I'm really excited about it. And I don't really have an ADIF in here to go in and edit at this point. I could, you know what? Maybe I can. Maybe I can import one. Open a file. Let's see if I can just find one here quick. My mouse is being a little goofy. There we go. Let's go to cloud. Should have some POTA logs in here somewhere. POTA logs, and there's an ADI file right there. I don't know which one of my parks that is. So here it's opened up. It's working there. That's kind of sweet. And we're going to expand this out a little bit more, make this a little bigger across the page. Hopefully I can still see it in the main page. Yeah, it looks like we can. We can hit a header. So we can put some information in there. Seems like it's proper information for headers. We can add a row maybe. Oh, there we go. Add a row there. Add another row. And we had 17 there. That's farther we can go down. Okay. We can maybe go in here and delete these two rows. Yes. Columns. We can specify what columns we want. So there's a lot of choices. We can scroll down for even more. That's cool. Show info. Record inspector. We can do some checks. Unknown tags. Warning. Distance is not a standard ADI field. So it's not liking a couple things. So there's a couple of warnings there going off whatever this POTA log I imported was. So it'll be interesting to see what if that's my name is not a standard. I'm not really sure why they were not getting those validation errors, but we'll have to maybe play with that a little bit more. But you know, 0 errors, 132 warnings. So maybe it's just fine. Maybe it's just not current standard. But I guess the App World Radio League created an identifier for each one. So we have band, call sign, country, distance, DXCC, the frequency, the grid square. We got longitude, latitude, mode, my country, my grid square, and again, longitude, latitude, my name, my state. So it looks legit, but I'm not really sure why it's gotten the warning. So without having to investigate that a little bit more and figure out what's going on with it. So, but this is pretty cool that there is an ADIF editor here. You can hit save as, and we can do ADIF editor test. And I can save this into, I'll just say desktop for now because I can easily delete it. Hit save. There we go. And we can go back and close. We can open a file again on from desktop. Documents, I want desktop. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. There it is. Let me open it again. So, I'd be curious to see how I can submit this for like another, event of some sort. Maybe do a portal log on here and see how that works. Be very interesting to try that. Report a bug. If you have any questions about this application, the desktop editor working, it'll be interesting to see how that works. You can send feedback, positive, negative, whatever. They'll take either of them right now because they are happy to get the feedback to make this work. So it looks like it takes you online for that. And then you can log out from here as well. So that is a little bit about the World Radio League logger and how that works. And that is their desktop version. Again, very much a beta version, but still very new. It's probably less than 24 hours old. I was able to get that late last night, but unfortunately was not able to get anything done with that until this morning. So thanks for joining. Hope you enjoy this, and go check out the World Radio League desktop version. Again, it's very basic, very beta, this version at this moment, but I know they're going to be adding more items to it, more features to it as time goes on, and they'll be definitely improving it as they have their online version for sure. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Helps the algorithm, helps more viewers see this channel and continue to help this channel grow. I appreciate it. Have a great day. 73.